This is Steph. I'm here in the backyard today. It just rained, sun's coming out, so I figured I would utilize the nice temperature of the day to show you around. So starting here, this is the circle bed. Might make this into a heart shape because it has a point there and call it the heart bed. I don't know, we'll see. So we have some ajuga here that grew in super thick and beautiful. These I bought last year on clearance. I bought, I want to say 4 quart size, and they had a ton of runners on them that I divided, potted up, and propagated really. And now they're all in this bed and the other bed I showed you in the last garden tour. So here I do kind of save the spot for annuals. This year there's some white begonias and some pink impatiens. I did impatiens here a couple years ago. It was great. I loved it. So I didn't do it last year. I don't remember why, but brought it back this year. This is an iris that I thought I dug them all up, gave them all away, but it's here. So it bloomed. It's a bicolor white. It's kind of sad right now because of the rain, but beautiful. There's some, what was that? Columbine. I cut off the blooms. That one was in front of this hydrangea, kind of crowded it out, so I moved it behind it. This is the Let's Dance Can Do. Tons of buds, which is super exciting. Last year, I don't think I had any blooms back here for the ones that were planted the year prior. So this one and that one, I bought last year. So those 3. These 2 already here. None of them there were no flowers. They all got bit by late frost. So the Let's Dance Can Do is a legit strong bud. Like that's impressive. I did want to see kind of how they rebloomed being in our climate the whole season, not just like the first year planted and it's reblooming, but if that makes any sense. This is a summer crush. Don't see any buds yet, but we'll give it some time. There's some Iris reticulata. I don't remember planting, but it looks great. There's coral bells. These were a division. I bought this last year for a fall planter, divided it, and so these are the 2 divisions. They're pretty. They're like a brownish, greenish one. So, yeah. Here is, oh, Bloomstruck has a few buds on here. That's exciting. This thing has never bloomed. This is, oh, there's a third. This thing has never bloomed. I've had this one. This will be its 3rd season, but this is its 2nd season in this spot. I think I bought this in 2021. So I think it's finally kind of hit its stride. It is filling in pretty nicely. There was like 1 stem that was dead. Not too bad. This is another summer crush. This one I bought bigger. This was a 3-gallon that I purchased, and it does have quite a few blooms. I'm sorry, quite a few buds on there, so yay for that. More ajuga, more impatiens. This is the pop star, and I don't see any buds yet. That's okay, we'll give it some time. These do say quite small. This did die back pretty far. So if it gets any blooms, that will be kind of exciting. Let's go over here. There's a ton of weeds. These wild violets just, I don't know. They just, that's what they do. I don't know. So here, oh, so this is the boxwood I had in that pie. I didn't remember it. So they're green velvet. So all the velvety leaves, green velvet. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 5th one is in the front. This is budded up. This is the cathedral bells that I bought on Bear Root at Walmart. There's a tag back there, so I remember which one it is which. This is azalea. It's all bloomed out. There's some veronica that's starting to bud. No blooms yet. This is an echinacea. Not sure what color. It's either wildberry or powwow white, not sure which. So these are some alliums that are done blooming. That is a rose I cut back recently because it was like, looked dead. And I cut it back and it's flushing back quite nicely. It has some buds on it, so that's exciting. So here's some tulip foliage. While I'm here, I'm going to show you. I'm not sure if it's going to work. So this is live action, folks. What I do, I don't cut them back. I'll cut off the blooms themselves, but what I do is I check to see if it resists, and I'll just pull them out. If it doesn't resist, and I'll just pull out with a light pull, I kind of take that as it's done. That kind of keeps the guessing for me if it's ready or it's not, and that's it. That's what I do with all my bulbs. Daffodils a little different. I do cut those, or I can pull them once they have broken away. All right, so here we have a foxglove that actually I bought 2 years ago. It must have seeded, and now I have one. It's really pretty. Yay. Some irises are done. They're starting to, they need to be cut back. I've cut back a few, as you can see in here. Those need to be cut back. The peonies are pretty much done. They're looking like, they're not looking great. I'm not a fan of how the middle looks. Kind of weird to me, but you know, that is what it is. This is a rose I bought last year, bare root, for $1 at Walmart. Has some buds on it. Spacing isn't great, but I might just take out a few iris on the outside, donate them, and then that could kind of give that more space. The dahlia, there's some space. I put a dahlia there. This is the Tequila Supreme, I want to say rose. Very pretty. It's a very nice fragrance. It is like a corally pink. Very nice. It's been here for a while. There's the hanging basket that was completely free, just overwintered geranium, and some creeping jenny that also overwintered in a pot. So just really the only cost in there was the soil. See if I can get back here to show. So back here is the Eden climate rose. So this one, it's not really, it's budded, but you can't see it because it's this peony's out crowding it. So once this peony gets cut back, I cut off the bloom stalks, and then it's just the green foliage for the rest of the season. So once that, it'll have more sunlight, and I think it's gonna reach the top this year. We'll see. All right, so here's some, these are the iris. These are an Asiatic iris that I got from Aldi, here and here and over there. And I don't know if this is everybody, but it has these little ball thingies. Like, it's gross. It's really gross. It hasn't affected the blooms for me. Well, it looks like that bloom is a goner, but these still have buds on them. The leaves look gross. So I might dig these up, because when they bloom, there's not much else kind of to hide the foliage that looks really bad. So might have to rethink where I plant these, maybe in the warm bed going forward, because that's pretty thick. I don't know. If you have any ideas or any suggestions, you can leave them down below in the comments. So there's a hibiscus coming back, beautiful. There's more dahlias over here. Looks like there's a little bit of carnage there. Whatever. Get them all. There's some, these are peach berry ice. Those two. I don't remember the name of that one. That's another one I bought in the fall for a fall planter. All of these were bought for fall containers, and I just planted them out. In here, I seeded some Melissa. The spacing in here is crazy. So there's some Melissa and some snapdragons in there, and I did put in some dwarf zinnia seedlings. We'll see. Don't really know what I'm gonna do in here. I did zinnias last year, and they were great, but they got a little too tall for me. I'm trying to think things that stay a little bit shorter. So still a work in progress. We'll see how that goes. Puncushion flowers, they'll bloom soon. Some snapdragons, candy corn spirea, another echinacea. Boxwood. This is the Midnight in Paris. I did have a short that I put up maybe yesterday, but I'll show you in bloom in case you missed it. Absolutely stunning. I mean, $10. $10. Can't be that. This is a peony that I'm going to be removing. Don't know what color it blooms. The spacing's off, and I'd rather use the space for the rose to grow in. I do the same thing with my alliums as I do with my tulips. So see, if it doesn't resist, just pull it right out. If it fights, I leave it. I let it tell me when it's ready to come out. Right, so put this over my pile. Okay, so here is the vegetable garden. My spacing, I did resist this year. Everything's small, but I wanted to show you where everything is in a small form. I think I properly spaced things this year. I don't really know. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. So here's some marigolds that are just dotted in. There's some nasturtium. Oh, there's a bloom. How fun. I've never grown this before, but I know that they're good for almost like a trap crop. So that's pretty cool. Over there are some yellow squash I got, and then there's some cantaloupe. I got those seeds at Dollar Tree for 25 cents. I literally just put the whole bag, like the whole packet, in the spot, and I've just been thinning them. I figured, why try and save the seeds? And actually, this yellow squash has had amazing germination. I've been thinning them almost every day. So that's really, really cool. Almost like every day there's another seedling. Over here, I do need to thin these cantaloupe. But to me, like, that's a really good germination. So I'm just letting them, I've never grown either of these. So I'm hoping, I don't know, I really don't think it's gonna listen to me, but the cantaloupe, if it wants to run that way, and then the squash wants to fill in here, that's cool. Okay, going back to the other vegetables, there's 3 nasturtium because I moved one so I can fit an extra tomato. That's a black crim. I planted more varieties, same amount of tomatoes, but more varieties. So no repeats. Well, there's one repeat. So we have some basil tucked in here. And here I seeded some green beans. I don't know if I need to move back the straw in order for it to germinate. I don't really know. We'll see. So that's that. I might seed some in some trays, and that way I can fill in some spots later on this season, probably around this area. So in here is where I seeded some green beans. I only plant things that we eat. So there's red peppers, red sweet peppers. There's basil, there's some tomatoes. Only my husband and I really are tomato eaters. We're working on our kids to eat tomatoes. Okay, so these are your 2 red sweet peppers. This is a lunchbox pepper that came recommended from a friend of mine. Zucchini, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. All planted at the same time. I should have staggered them 4 and then waited 2 weeks and did another 4, but it is what it is. I'm not going to gain any more space, so I might as well just do that and then just shred some up and freeze them, and we will eat them. We will give them away. And I think that might be kind of the situation last year. We didn't have a great yield, so I wasn't able to give any zucchini away, which kind of like stinks. So I think by having them all at one time will help, and might end up seeding some once these are starting to flower, so that way by the time they're done, because they kind of like finish a little bit early, I want to say, they get moldy and the fruit doesn't taste as good, so I just probably will pull them and then replant the new starts, and then maybe have a late harvest of more zucchini. We'll see how this kind of transitions, what my energy level is, where my focus is, and who knows. Moving on. All right, so tomato varieties, we have a pink brandy wine. We have a Sun Sugar. It's a cherry tomato, the only cherry tomato we have. Everything else are slicers, or heirlooms types. So this one is a Cherokee Purple. I had one when I originally planted it, like literally died instantly. It was totally my fault. I have a new hose head, like a hose nozzle, and it wasn't watering all the way through. So when I went to plant these out, it was probably like 80 degrees that day, 85. It was a warm day, and it was completely bone dry when I went to go plant it, and I was like, yikes. So sitting out in the sun, zero water, totally dried out, it literally like succumbed to the abuse I put it through. So I was like, you know what? They were $2.50 at a local farm stand. I was more than happy to just replace it and give them more, another $2.50 and trying to revive like a very, very sad looking tomato plant. Not worth it. Don't have the energy for it. So yeah, and these I haven't tried. The only thing I've done the Sun Sugar. I think I did Sun Sugar. I don't know. I did Sun Sugar or some Gold last year. Either way, I know they're very closely related. All the others are just basically recommendations from videos I've watched. People just really like. This is an early girl. I got that less because of taste and more because of when they fruit. Last year, I had tomatoes, like the cherry tomatoes did fine, but all my slicers, I don't think I got a single slicer because they just were so slow in producing fruit that I just ended up giving green tomatoes to a friend that likes to make fried green tomatoes. It just wasn't a great tomato year, some say, but this year I did buy bigger plants. Last year I got 1 inch, like the 1 inch plugs, and planted them around Memorial Day, and to me it was just too late. So I'll be fertilizing them. I'll be on a fertilizing schedule with these tomatoes, and hopefully we have a good harvest. These two are the same. These are orange. They're the pineapple tomatoes. Here, I have the tag. Pineapple tomatoes, heirlooms. So these came in like a 4-inch pot, 6-inch pot, I think, but there was 2 plants in it. So same with these. There were 2 plants in the same pot. So I got those. That's why there's 2 of those varieties. Because to me, I'm like, buy one, get one free. Might as well get the one that has 2 in there. So I heard those are really delicious from the people, from YouTubers, also from the people at the garden center. So that's got those, and then a black creme, like I already mentioned. So there's the black creme, the pineapple, early girl, Cherokee Purple, Sun Sugar, and pink brandywine. If you have tried any of these, leave a comment below. Let me know kind of what you use them for. That'd be great. Love to have some of your ideas or recipes. In the back, where there's this trellis, I have some cucumbers started. I think there's 6 of them for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 started now. Once they're about, I don't know, 4 inches tall, 6 inches tall, I'm gonna reseed another 6 and then carry that down. This I am going to try in succession plant because I think I can do 3 with the amount of space that I have. Succession, so I have this one, that one, and the last. And then what I might do when this is done, some late season something, I don't know, lettuce or green beans are pretty fast, so I'll see. Maybe some peas going into the fall. We'll look into that, but I'm going to try and use this vertical space. I did grow the cucumbers vertically last year. Sorry, garbage truck. And it was great. It was absolutely great. Some of them did sprawl out, which is fine, but a lot of them did grow up vertically, so that's what we're doing again this year. Oh, the birds are chirping their heads off. So before I let you go, so here's just the shed, and these are just some annuals I got. They're like 2 for $5 for 8 packs. So these are looking a little rough on this side, but we'll see. That's where they're starting. Here and here. It's just broken. I gotta fix that. Are there 2 containers? I'm trying to limit the amount of money I spend on each container. This one was a Creeping Jenny from last year. I took a piece free. In here and over there. And yes, I do need to power wash the house. Those were $2 for a 6-pack. So $1, there's 3 of them in here. And then this begonia, I'll give you the name. Something peach. It is, yeah. Accio peach. I think that's how you say it. Begonia, very pretty, very tropical looking. So that was $3 at Home Depot. So these were $4 pot. Not too bad. $4 a piece. Take it. And here is the $6 pot. This is the Albright Coleus, filling in beautifully. This is a beautiful plant. And there's some more Creeping Jenny from last year and the geraniums for last year. No bloods on these right now. I've been deadheading that. Here's the other. Ugh, sorry, into a spider web. And here's the other one. This one gets more shade than that one. So what I tend to do is like every 2 weeks or so. Oh, some type of beetle. No, thank you. Okay. What I tend to do is every 2 weeks or so, swap them. So that way they kind of have the same type of growth rate. The coloring stays pretty similar. So what happens is, I guess when this one gets more, I don't know. I've never grown these. So that's where these are. This is, as I said, it's a $6 pot. I bought the Coleus. Everything else I overwintered. And that brings us pretty much to the end of this video. There's a couple more overwintered geraniums. We just got fresh rain. I have not decorated the porch yet, but there's some mandavillas here. One's white, one's pink. This is a fig that probably needs to be in a new pot. And some strawberries that both, oh, look at that, a little bit of fruit. So cute. So that's it for today. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.